Greetings once again, and thank you for viewing us here on YouTube. And I'm Paul Estes, and I'm going to talk to you today about some wonderful news about God and the things that He has for us. Let me just read from the book of James, chapter 1, and I just want to pick out verse 17, where the writer says, "Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, and comes down from the Father of lights, with whom is no variableness, neither shadow of turning." You notice it says good gift and perfect gifts, and that has to do with what it is and how it's given. It's good, but it's also perfect because it comes from God. There's an interesting thing about the things God does for us. Many times we have the idea that because God gives us something, that it has to do with the things that He has. But I'd like to share with you that what God gives us is not what He necessarily has, but it's who He is. So therefore, if every good gift and every perfect gift is given to us, it has to come from the Father who is perfect. Everything He has is perfect. And what He gives us then is good and is perfect. Let me just share a scripture from Romans 8:28. It says, "For we know that all things work together for good to them that love the Lord and who are the called according to His purpose." There's an interesting thing about talking about everything that comes from God as a good gift. Do you know that there's sometimes that the things that God gives us don't feel good? And if someone were to question us and say, is what you're getting right now from God, is it good? There are many times when in honesty, if we spoke from our natural mind, we would say, well, it doesn't feel good. It certainly doesn't look good. And so I'm struggling with how it can be good. But let me just maybe help you to think about something. And it's this: who gets to define what's good? See, if I define it, then that means that I put my intellect on the situation and on the subject, and I decide if it's good or if it's not good. However, if it says that all things work together for our good, if we love God. And so many people love God, and many people are walking toward their call in God. But sometimes things that happen to us don't make us feel good. Let me give you the scripture when Jesus was at the last day of the great feast. And He stood up, and it was the day that the Jewish people would come and bring a water offering, and they would pour out water, and they would quote the scripture that said, "Therefore we'll draw from the wells of salvation, this joy we'll draw." Well, Jesus stood up and spoke with a loud voice and said, "Listen, everybody that's thirsty, let him come to me, and I'll give you a drink that will be like satisfying to you." He said, "He that believes on me," as the scripture said, "out of his heart shall flow rivers of living water." Now, in the book of John chapter 4, you may remember, if you've read the Bible stories, that Jesus went to a well in Sychar, and it was Jacob's well, and a woman came there to draw water, and Jesus said, "Give me a drink." And she said, "How can you, who is a Jew, ask of me, a Samaritan, water?" And Jesus said, "If you knew who you were talking to, you would say, 'Give me something to drink, and I'd give you a drink that you'd never thirst again.'" Isn't that interesting? Because you know what? I don't know about you, but I have had a lot of drinks. I've had some wonderful, wonderful water, but I've always been thirsty again. But Jesus said, "The water that I give you will be satisfying." And here's what I'd like to share with you. As I get ready to go off the air today, I want to share this with you. When you receive Jesus, that's the best gift of life that life has to offer. And it satisfies you eternally. You'll never again want to receive Christ as you did at new birth. However, His life is like the gift that keeps giving. He satisfies you at new birth. But then as you walk with Him in an eternal relationship, you are satisfied and being satisfied. And you know what? If you don't know Jesus today, let me just ask you to do something. While you're watching the last moments of this program, just in your heart today, say, "Lord, come and fill the empty place that's in me with this living water. Come and fill me with this satisfying life. Come and fill me with your good and perfect gift." And I'd like to thank you today for watching this program, but I'd also like to encourage you to find a place where the Bible is lifted up, where Jesus Christ is honored, and learn then through discipleship this wonderful walk with Christ. Until next time, have a wonderful day is my prayer.